I would like to address one thing that the Lakshmikant alone is not sufficient for your mains preparation. You read the Lakshmikant, then you come to the X Factor, and then you have to watch the PYQ. You'll find a sync between all these three.
Okay.
If you start doing this exercise, now you won't stuck in the middle of your answer. Too beneficial for me that I usually wait for 30 seconds. I brainstorm on that question. I identify the demand of that question, and after that, I'll structure the question in my mind in 30 to 35 seconds, and then I'll start writing the answer. Basically, I just want you people to let me know that how you prepared your GS paper to those who are like given one or two attempt or some who they are beginners वो भी बता सकते हैं. Anyone could raise your hand.
Hello, am I audible, sir?
Yes, Ayushi, you're audible. Yes.
Yes, sir. So, like 2025 was my second attempt,
Okay.
and now I'll be preparing for the third one in 2026. So right now
Okay.
I'm doing the GS part only, the GS2 only, and beginning from polity section.
Okay.
So what I have
Great.
done is, like, in the initial year of my preparation, I prepared like basic notes regarding by taking reference from Lakshmikant.
Okay.
Basic notes on the lines of PYQs. Then in the second year of my preparation, I sorted out few themes as been listed by the Microthemes by Civilsdaily. Although I was not
Okay.
associated with the platform before, but I got some YouTube videos where I confirmed that okay, these are the themes, and on them we have to plot our notes. So there,
Okay.
from there onwards, I tried to replenish the notes again in my second attempt. Now in my third attempt, right now what I'm doing is doing the value addition part and refining the answers or the quality of answers by noting down the keywords and whatever is possible. Like my main focus right now is on answer writing, but the thing
Okay.
is, and the problem which I'm facing right now is like the random questions which comes out of nowhere, where
Okay.
I'm unable to address them. Like right now, like today itself I addressed one, like I'm covering fundamental rights. So today
Okay.
itself I faced one question which I don't remember exactly. So
Okay.
I faced a problem in writing that same answer, although the content was sufficient. Like the content was insufficient because that was something random question I faced.
Okay.
Apart from that, if I'm solving PYQs, because the notes are based on PYQs, so I'm able to address the PYQs well.
Okay.
Otherwise, some other questions are coming up that there I am facing the problem right now.
Okay. First of all, I would like to address one thing that the Lakshmikant alone is not sufficient for your mains preparation. Why I'm saying this? Because Lakshmikant only covers the static aspect of the Indian polity, right? But Indian polity is more over that. जहाँ पे debates हमें cover करने होते हैं, सर debates like the speaker of India and speaker of the UK, how they are different. तो ये सारे debates जो हैं, that is important aspect which is missing from the M Lakshmikant, right? So ये सब जो part है, you need to cover from the current booklets, and here I have been provided with the Smash X Factor notes, जहाँ पे हमने इन सारे debates को, case laws को, committees को बहुत डिटेल में कवर करा है, where you can see कि वहां पे PYQs का भी रिफ्लेक्शन है. ठीक है. तो in that case, if you are facing problem with respect to the content, you need to take Lakshmikant as your base material and X Factor notes as your value addition material, जहाँ पे you will get all the cases and the laws related to the fundamental rights है, या DPSPs है, या committee है with respect to center state relations. ये सारे आपको वहां पे एक बहुत ही अच्छे मैनर, compiled और concise मैनर मिलते हैं, so that you can directly replicate in your answer writing as well. एंड जो माइक्रो थीम है प्लस जो एक्स फैक्टर नोट्स है, व्हाट आई एम टेलिंग यू इज कि माइक्रो थीम का ही रिफ्लेक्शन एक्स फैक्टर नोट्स है, जहाँ पे क्वेश्चन जो यूपीएससी ने पूछे हैं इन द प्रीवियस ईयर, हमने उन्हीं को एड्रेस करा है इन दी माइक्रो थीम. ये चीज आप समझ गए?
Yes.
Okay, so now we'll come to the main part of the session, that how to cover the GS2 with respect to the micro theme, है ना? So this is the syllabus of Indian polity, where it says that Indian Constitution, historical underpinnings, evolution, features, amendments, significant provisions, basic structure of Constitution. Now let's see कि यूपीएससी ने इस पर्टिकुलर थीम पे कितने क्वेश्चंस प्रीवियसली पूछे हैं. सो फर्स्ट इज अमेंडमेंट्स. सो यहाँ पे यूपीएससी ने पूछा है, Parliament's power to amend the constitution is a limited power and it cannot be enlarged into absolute. In the light of this statement, explain whether Parliament under Article 368 of the Constitution can destroy the basic structure of the constitution by expanding its amending power. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आपको ये पता होना चाहिए दैट व्हाट इज बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर. अब क्वेश्चन तो इन्होंने ये पूछ लिया है, बट अब यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट व्हाट इज बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर. तो वी कैन राइट हियर दैट बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर सबसे पहले है एक जुडिशियल इनोवेशन. कह सकते हैं इसे जुडिशियल इनोवेशन है ये. एंड इसने ये कब इमर्ज हुआ? इन दी केशवानंद भारती केस. इट वॉज इमर्ज इन केशवानंद भारती केस. आई होप आई एम क्लियर विद दिस कि केशवानंद भारती केस 1973 में जो हमारे जुडिशरी है उन्होंने एक जुडिशियल इनोवेशन किया इन द फॉर्म ऑफ बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर विच सिंपली सेज दैट द बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर इज अ limiting the power of the parliament, or you can say the legislature, that they cannot amend the constitution if it violates the basic structure. And what is basic structure? Basic structure are like democracy, secularism, separation of power, judiciary का जो judicial you can say जो supremacy of judiciary है, ये सब क्या आते हैं under the basic structure of the constitution. And question is saying this is these things are amended under article 368. This is the question. Then simply says no, because they cannot be amended under article 368. अब यहां से समझो कि जो बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन है उसके आने के पीछे 5 डिबेट्स हुई थी. लाइक देयर वर सेम 5 डिबेट्स वेयर बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ डॉक्ट्रिन वाज प्रोपाउंडेड. तो पहली जो डिबेट हुई थी, सबसे पहला जो डिबेट हुआ था इस supremacy of legislature versus judiciary. If you can remember, like in the first constitutional amendment, क्या हुआ था कि यहाँ पे लेजिस्लेचर ने यानी पार्लियामेंट ने कुछ लॉज पास किए थे विद रिस्पेक्ट टू द लैंड रिफॉर्म्स दैट वाज वायलेटिंग द राइट टू प्रॉपर्टी. ठीक है, तो ये पहला आपका डिबेट हो गया. नाउ कम्स द सेकंड डिबेट बिटवीन आर्टिकल 13 वर्सेस आर्टिकल 368. कि क्या आर्टिकल 368 के अंडर पार्लियामेंट के पास इमेंस पावर है टू चेंज द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, या जुडिशरी विद द हेल्प ऑफ आर्टिकल 13 कैन रिव्यू, और उसके बाद जुडिशियल रिव्यू की पावर है टू रिव्यू दिस अमेंडमेंट. ये हो गया आपका सेकंड डिबेट. दूसरा हो गया इंडिविजुअल राइट्स वर्सेस कम्युनिटी राइट्स. इंडिविजुअल राइट्स वर्सेस कम्युनिटी राइट्स है, राइट. और देन यू कम अप विद अनदर थिंग दैट इज सोशलिज्म वर्सेस कैपिटलिज्म, जहां पे डीपीएसपी एंड फंडामेंटल राइट्स के बीच में एक कॉन्फ्लिक्ट उठा था. तो फंडामेंटल राइट्स वर्सेस डीपीएसपी. यहां तक सबको समझ में आ गया? दिस इज द डिबेट दैट exactly propounded the basic structure of the, so these are the basis of basic structure of the basic structure doctrine. I hope I am clear with this thing. ये 5 डिबेट की वजह से ही ये बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ डॉक्ट्रिन इमर्ज हुआ है. नाउ वी कम अप विद जजमेंट्स दैट वेर रेफर्ड. यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड विद रिस्पेक्ट टू द बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर डॉक्ट्रिन. जो पहला जजमेंट था वो था शंकारी प्रसाद केस. आई थिंक आप लोगों को पता होगा व्हाट हैपेंड इन शंकरी प्रसाद केस इन 1951. तो फर्स्ट अमेंडमेंट था जहां पे फंडामेंटल राइट को अमेंड करने पे क्या पार्लियामेंट के पास पावर है टू अमेंड द फंडामेंटल राइट्स अंडर आर्टिकल 368 ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. इस पे जजमेंट आया सज्जन सिंह वर्सेस शंकरी प्रसाद केस. आई होप ये क्लियर है सबको यहाँ तक. यू कैन से दिस अभिषेक, यू कैन म्यूट ऑल ऑफ देम, नो वरी, यू कैन म्यूट.
They can unmute themselves.
ओके ओके, ठीक है. यहाँ तक किसी को कोई डाउट है तो यू कैन आस्क मी. ठीक है, परफेक्ट है. नाउ कम्स अनदर केस दैट इज सज्जन सिंह वर्सेस केस ऑफ राजस्थान. So these all are the cases which forms the basis of the fundamental the basic structure of the doctrine. Now another case is Golaknath case. Golaknath case in 1967, where Supreme Court affirmed that fundamental rights are transcendental. यही कहा था, transcendental position है, right? Transcendental position है and it cannot be amended. तो उसके रिस्पॉन्स ने हमारी जुडिशरी ने क्या पास किया था? आर्टिकल दी अमेंडमेंट विच, तो जुडिशरी ने पास किया अमेंडमेंट 24. कोई बता सकता है what happened in this amendment 24 1971? Anyone?
Amendment is not considered as law.
That it passed that declared that Parliament has the power to abridge any of the fundamental rights. Now, in Supreme Court, when reviewing this judgment in Keshwanand Bharati case, 1973, they uphold this amendment. But they put in restriction that Parliament can or legislature can change the constitution until unless it cannot change the basic structure doctrine. Right? So this is the evolution. Then comes the 42nd Amendment Act में जहां पे फिर से पार्लियामेंट ने अमेंडमेंट करके क्या करा था एनीवन that there is no limitation on the constituent power of the or amendment to the parliament कोई क्वेश्चन कर नहीं सकता है on any ground. तो यहाँ पे no question on amendment यानी सीधा बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर के खिलाफ जाके उन्होंने क्या किया कि जुडिशियल रिव्यू की जो पावर थी वो ही स्नैच कर लिया. अब सुप्रीम कोर्ट विल रिस्पॉन्ड इन मिनर्वा मिल्स केस. राइट. सो सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कैसे रिस्पॉन्ड किया इन मिनर्वा मिल केस जहां पे उन्होंने बोला कि नहीं इनवैलिडेट कर दिया इसको एंड जुडिशियल रिव्यू को एज अ बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर ही बना दिया. लाइक कि जुडिशियल रिव्यू विल बी द बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर. सो अब यूपीएससी विल आस्क द एवोल्यूशनरी स्टेप ऑफ द बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ डॉक्ट्रिन. पहले उन्होंने पूछा कि क्या अमेंड कर सकते हैं अंडर आर्टिकल 368. नाउ विथ रेफरेंस टेकिंग दिस they can ask the evolution of the basic structure of the doctrine and why it was introduced. As you all know that so that कि ये जो basic structure इसलिए लाया गया so that कि जो majority है उनकी tyranny ना हो जाए, है ना. इससे आप लोग एग्री करते हो है कि नहीं. एक थिन लाइन बनाई गई एग्जीक्यूटिव और लेजिस्लेचर के बीच में, है ना, और एक तरीके का एम्बार्गो लगा दिया गया ऑन द पार्लियामेंट्री पावर ऑफ द पार्लियामेंट्री पावर पे, है ना. इतना तक समझ में आ गया. Sir, is basic structure doctrine is Indian innovation in jurisprudence. There have been some incidents जहाँ पे basic structure has been found in another countries. So no, I cannot say that yes, basic structure has. There are some elements of basic structure found in different other countries as well. So no, it is not true that basic structure is totally Indian innovation. ठीक है. But क्या ये कहीं पे भी कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में मेंशन है? नहीं मेंशन है. So there is some apprehension on the constitutional validity of itself on the basic structure. You can even UPSC ask questions on them as well. है ना. So with respect to this micro theme and this question, I hope you are clear. इस पे क्वेश्चंस कैसे बन सकते हैं.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we move to the second thing, that is case law. Could you please explain what is constitutional morality? A basic definition will also be suffice. Anyone? Constitutional morality.
Sir, it is core principles, core principles and spirit of constitution.
Okay, so we can say that you do not just go with the letter, you just follow the spirit of the constitution. If constitution में democracy लिखा है, then we need to practice democracy in its original form. या secularism है तो that should be in the original form. Right? We can say this. Anyone? Agree?
Constitutional morality defines the ideals of the constitution on which the fathers of the constitution are framed on it, and it all like it defines how the constitution has to be evolved according to the situation of the society as it is evolving of the society.
Mhm. So by that mean, are you explaining this the constitution is an evolving document, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So just this can be an also probable question. So according to you, that constitution is an evolving document. So question was asked. You can see in this micro theme. The Constitution of India is a living instrument with capabilities of enormous dynamism. It is a constitution made for a progressive society. Illustrate with special reference to expanding the horizon of right to life and पर्सनल लिबर्टी पे ये क्वेश्चन आया है ना. नाउ द पर्सनल लाइफ टू राइट एंड पर्सनल लिबर्टी हिमसेल्फ इज एन article which has been reinterpreted a lot of number of times with respect to Olga Tillis case, Vishakha judgment, MC Mehta task trapezium case. तो कहीं ना कहीं जो सोशियो इकोनॉमिक इम्पैक्ट है, जुडिशरी ने जो इस पे लाइक जुडिशरी हैज गिवन अ लॉट ऑफ जजमेंट दैट इज एनहांसिंग द सोशियो इकोनॉमिक इम्पैक्ट ऑफ द सिटीजन. ठीक है. नाउ as you said that constitution as a living document, so can we decipher it like what are the social changes that we have made, political changes that we have made with respect to the constitution, and the economic change that we have made to the constitution. I have bifurcated the aspect. Now, please let me know, any one of you, that what are the social, political, and economic changes that we have made in our constitution by the time. Anyone?
Sir, in social, we have provided the free legal aid via DPSP, that amendment.
Okay. Free legal aid हो गया, right? और anyone with respect to political? Free legal aid हो गया social में, ठीक है?
So reduction of voting age from 21
that comes under the political. यहाँ पे मैं ये डाल सकता हूँ right to education. Right to education come under social है या नहीं? Formation of NCST, NTST, ठीक है? ये डाल सकते हैं इस पे, right? और anyone?
Recent 106th amendment related to reservation of women.
Nari
Okay,
Shakti.
women reservation. नारी शक्ति होंगे. Okay, fine. नारी शक्ति. ठीक है. What are the political changes that we have made? Political बताओ. Can we say the 73rd and 74th Amendment Act?
Yes, sir.
73rd and 74th Amendment Act that provided the participatory democracy as a third layer, right?
Democratic
Now, can we
decentralization.
say decentralized, democratic decentralization, right? Now comes the 10th schedule, the anti-defection.
Anti-defection, yes.
This could be
Yes,
the
sir.
also possibility. ठीक है.
Yes, sir. Parliamentary.
Now comes, yes, please. Yeah. Yes, you are saying something.
Parliamentary privilege that has been expanded.
I think no. Why I'm saying this, that till date we haven't codified the parliamentary privileges. Okay, so as you have mentioned, I would also mention this, that parliamentary privileges traces from the UK Constitution. वहाँ पे जो parliamentarians थे in 1701 they started this parliamentary privileges. तो वहाँ से we have traced वाला. Okay? So no, it has not been codified yet. So it cannot be comes under the political thing. And can we add Menika Gandhi case? Menika Gandhi, which propounded the due process of law.
But sir, this
कह
was.
सकते हैं?
But sir, wasn't that was the interpretation by the Supreme Court, or like it was just like
interpretation था, that's why. But it was the in Article 21 it was expanded, ना? It expanded the scope of Article 21.
yes,
पहले हम क्या देखते थे? Procedure established by law. But after the Menika Gandhi case, we shifted to due process of law. So it expanded the horizon of Article 21. Right. Now comes the economic. Anyone who can let me know the economic changes what we have done with respect to our constitution.
GST, GST.
ठीक है, GST, great. Okay, ठीक है.
Again, with respect to DPSP, we have added that equal concentration of work, that and equal pay for equal work.
ठीक है. Equal pay for equal work. Okay. Anyone else? Anything else? कोई और ऐड करना चाहेंगे इसमें? Can we add that right to property on the later 44th Amendment Act becomes the legal right? कह सकते हैं?
Yes, sir.
है ना? So now the question which asked on later by UPSC, previously by, it was only demanding the interpretation of Article 21. But here we have entirely interpreted the Constitution, that what changes we made in social sphere, political sphere, and the economic sphere. I hope you're getting this thing, right?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Can we move to another aspect? Now, okay. Now, here is a question that did the Government of India Act 1935 lay down the federal constitution discussed? So basically, there is a very common thing saying that the Indian constitution is totally entirely borrowed, or it's a carbon copy of the constitution of uh, other countries. Is it correct to say that? Is it correct? And if it is correct to say that, what
Yes,
arguments
sir.
you will give it to me? And if it is not, then what are the arguments that you can put that no, it's not according, not entirely true. That some part is although taken, but some part you need to mention that has been totally the Indian innovation. Like you will only find it the Indian constitution. So another important aspect is that Indian constitution is a borrowed constitution. Do you agree with this? Do you agree with this? As you have seen, the questions are coming like on opinion based questions are रहे हैं, है ना? So there might be a possibility you can get this question. So according to me, क्या हो सकता है? You can tell me what will be the first part of the answer. Being India is a, चलो मैंने इसमें लिख दिया कि that India is a constitutional democracy.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है, India constitutional democracy है. And we can also mention, yes, few critiques have said that Indian constitution is a borrowed constitution. Fair enough.
Yes, sir.
अगर ऐसा है, if it is, then what are the sources? Like
Ah.
sources that we like the provisions that are as follows. So basically, what we usually say that 1935 Government of India Act was the that provided the structural part of the constitution. Is it correct to say that?
Yes, sir. It's correct to say that.
Okay. So could you please let me know that what was the other charter acts and what happened to the other like acts like Simon Commission or the Round Table Conference? These all also formed the basis of our constitution. So our constitution was made on like charter acts, the various charter acts,
Yes.
Simon Commission for recommendations.
So it is all amalgamation of all the process of
Exactly.
acts that have been done.
Round Table Conference. Can we say this thing?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And okay. So what we need to write here is that what are the provisions that we have taken. So structural part, so we have taken entirely from the Government of India Act.
Yes, sir.
Structural part of the Constitution we have taken from the Government of India Act 1935. Structural part means what? Like federal structure है, judiciary, office of governor, है ना? Federal structure है, judiciary,
Yes, sir.
office of governor, है ना? These things will be taken from the Government of India Act. Now, political part we also have taken from the like Westminster model. We follow Westminster model means the government has been formed the parliamentary form of the government.
Yes, sir.
Parliamentary form of the government. Parliamentary form of government, which means cabinet system or Westminster model. Westminster model. I hope you're clear with this thing. Now comes the philosophical part of the constitution, like fundamental rights, DPSP. Fundamental rights so we have taken from the American Constitution and DPSP from the Irish Constitution. So taking the consideration of philosophical aspect of the constitution that we have taken from USA fundamental rights and from the Irish Constitution we have taken DPSP. Now, few other ideals like what we have taken from French, like liberty, equality, fraternity. है ना? ठीक है? We have taken this from the French Constitution, and now comes the amendment. I think we have taken from the South African Constitution. If you get a question of 10 marker or a 15 marker, that structure or that answer is suffice. Now, we have to mention that okay, few of the parts are being taken from the various other constitution and provision, but there are some few instances where we do not blindly copied the our constitution, and some features are unique to us. Could anybody tell what are the features that we have taken that is only unique to Indian constitution? Anyone?
Panchayat Raj.
Where Panchayati Raj we have included by looking at the Panchayati Raj. Another?
Secularism. Indian type secularism is different from Western side.
Okay, like if the Indian model of secularism, what we follow, it is principal distance, right? And what is the secularism model of France? It's
Fabian
totally
secularism.
separate states. Totally separate states. Another thing, the provisions, special provisions with related to special scheduled and tribal areas. Special provision for scheduled and tribal areas. Fair enough. One more thing, that universal adult franchise, like in a very like countries like Australia or even New Zealand, they did provided universal adult after like हमारे से काफी बाद उन्होंने दिया था, right? So we can say universal adult franchise. And if we say about the liberty, equality and fraternity, these are the basic tenets of the democracy. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि if that case अगर वो पहले से available था और हमने copy किया, नहीं. These are the basic tenets of the democracy and republican form of government. So this equality, fraternity, liberty is himself is a tenet of what? Tenet of democratic and republican government. ठीक है? I hope you are clear with this thing. ये समझ में आया या नहीं आया?
Yes, sir.
Clear,
इसमें
sir.
किसी को कोई डाउट? इसमें anyone having any doubt, please let me know.
So can we add that point also for related to federalism with the what is it? Some unitary features. Federalism.
You could say that India follows a unique system of like at some point you are unitary and then federal. ये you are going to say this. आप ये बताना चाह रहे हैं?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we can, like it's a unique setup. Confederalism है क्या है? So यहाँ पे unitary, यहाँ पे federal. So we are in the middle of this. Can we say this?
Federal but unitary biased.
Yes, federal but a unitary bias.
Sir, quasi
Federal.
federal.
Yes, same meaning. Federal but unitary bias. Quasi-federal, you can say. Correct. Now, if you want to conclude this, what we did, like we removed the faults and accommodate the needs of our country. जो भी other constitution के कुछ faults थे, we removed them and we accommodate this particular constitution according to our need. कह सकते हैं, is it good to say this or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Now comes with another thing. So here is a question that's talking about DPSP. Discuss the possible factors that inhibit India from enacting its citizens a uniform civil code as provided in the Directive Principles of State Policy. Right? We all know that uniform civil code. There is a lot of debate on uniform civil code, Article 44. Even the state of Uttarakhand has also implemented the what you can say uniform civil code. But can we say this, that India, with the fundamental rights, the Constitution, Indian Constitution fundamental, are putting a limited government. Meanwhile, they are also putting a welfare government, welfare state as well. Can we say this? With the help of DPSP, we are putting a welfare state as well. कह सकते हैं?
Yes,
So
sir.
there is a blend in our constitution that it also accommodates the limited government as well as the welfare state. Question बन सकता है इस पे? there can be possibility, because यहाँ पे इन्होंने पूछ दिया
Harmony between
fundamental,
DPSP and the fundamental rights.
कह सकते हैं, not only it is we can say the only limited to the DPSP or the fundamental right? Other aspects of it, like we need to look at the constitution on the broader horizon. What are the provisions that limiting the government, and what are the provisions that are uh, giving this Indian constitution a welfare state or welfare constitution credentials? Okay. So our next theme, let's come to the. So based on this, can we say that Indian state is a limited government as well as the welfare state? So how will you start this answer? Anyone, please let me know. We can say this: it broadens it limits the government.
It's a blend. It's a blend of limiting the
Uh-huh.
government with
Mhm.
providing welfare to the people
Okay, it's
by
a blend
protecting
providing. Okay,
by the state, which I've
providing
mentioned.
the welfare credentials as well as welfare credential as well as providing the limited government by protecting the rights of the citizens. Okay, but for protecting the rights of the government, rights of the citizen. है ना? कह सकते हैं ये. Now, what are the provisions of the constitution that are limiting the power of the government, and what are the provisions that highlighting the welfare state? Anyone start?
Fundamental
You can start.
rights, which are limiting the
Okay,
powers of the government, and
ठीक है. Fundamental rights
and the DPSP
and
is
DPSP,
the part which is giving the provision to give welfare to the people.
welfare state. ठीक है. So can we entirely categorize the fundamental rights totally that is limiting the government? No. We have Article 15. It is providing, or you can say Article 16. It is providing affirmative action.
Yes, sir.
So, है ना? So
Ah.
try to like put few related articles that are providing the
Article 21,
putting
sir.
Article 21. Can we say that it is
21
limiting the
and
power of government?
22. Article 20,
ठीक,
21, 22. These three are the main important things. And Article
that are
19.
limiting the power of the limiting the power of the state. ठीक है.
Hmm.
Correct to
And
say
we can
this.
say that Article 39C and
Hmm.
I think I
Hmm.
couldn't remember B. Those are the articles which have been overcoming the fundamental rights, which help them to do the welfare of the people, which enables the government to uh, focus towards the welfare
ठीक
by
है.
not.
Perfect. Now comes with another aspect of us. We can connect another aspect, like the constitutional institution is also limiting the power of the government. Suppose CAG also checks the, like it's uphold the public purse, right? Now comes the watchdog. It's what we call is a watchdog institution. है ना? It's a watchdog institution that are limiting the power of the government. Now comes the Election Commission of India. How it is limiting the power of the government? By ensuring free and fair election. ठीक है. Free and fair election से how they are limiting the power? By checking the expenditure limit as well as they are adhering to model code of conduct or not.
And checking the criminal background of the candidate.
Yes, that comes under this. Like इसके अंदर ही आ गया, है ना? So by this provisions, the constitutions provide the limitation on the power of the government. Now comes how it is providing the welfare credentials. So you mentioned, I think, that DPSP, right? So DPSP, we can mention that DPSP is the
Article 37, 38.
Hmm.
Removal of
article
property, welfare of the state.
that comes under the DPSP. मैंने भी लिख दिया, like
Yes, sir.
DPSP one dimension. ठीक है.
Yes, sir.
Another, please, another, anyone? We can mention abolition of untouchability.
Yes, sir. Article 17.
Abolition of untouchability we can mention, right? Article 23. What it says? It prohibits the forced labor.
Yes,
है
sir.
ना? Can we say this?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Another thing, और कोई और बता सकता है anyone?
Article 29 and 30.
Institutional rights to minorities.
Okay, correct. Article 29 and 30.
29 and 30
ठीक है.
educational in right to maintain the education institutions.
ठीक है. Can we say this like institutional provisions of NCSC,
Yes, sir.
NCST, NCBC?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
These all also highlighting the welfare credentials. है ना? या फिर you can also say that reservation of seats for women in Panchayati Raj as well as in state legislature and parliament. Reservation of
Hmm.
seats for women in Panchayati Raj
Legislature.
and state legislature. So can we say that there are few limiting power of the constitution, like limited highlighting the limited government and welfare credential as well. So the constitution is blend of welfare credential as well as the limiting the power of the government. This can be a potential theme or potential question that UPSC can ask. इन द फर्स्ट जो अभी स्टूडेंट मुझसे पूछ रहे थे कि जो रैंडम क्वेश्चंस आते हैं, द क्वेश्चंस आर नॉट कमिंग ऑन अ रैंडम बेसिस. यू हैव टू लुक एट द PYQs, आइडेंटिफाई द थीम्स, है ना? यू नीड टू आइडेंटिफाई द थीम्स, यू नीड टू कोरिलेट दोस थीम्स विद अनदर क्वेश्चंस. यहाँ पे मैंने सिंपली यही करा, आई जस्ट कोरिलेटेड द फंडामेंटल राइट्स एंड DPSP. Their core philosophical aspect, like it is limiting the power and it is putting the welfare state. So can we say there's a blend of the, like our constitution is a blend of both, the limiting the power of government and the DPSP. यहाँ तक किसी को कोई दिक्कत है समझने में, तो you can ask.
No, sir. Sir, my question is that, like, sir, is that X Factor notes is enough for like knowing all the content, or like shall is there any need for us to maintain a separate notes for each and every topic of
I think
mains?
X factor notes are sufficient. Apart from that, you need to read the newspaper. Along that, you can also refer Samachar Manthan classes, which basically deconstruct the news for you. So
So
I
the
would say
main
key
issue
for
with
the
me, so sorry to
yes,
disturb you. The main issue is with me
yes.
is that
Mhm.
the notes part, sir. As I've told you before, like the thing is that I'm well with the concept, but I don't have any notes of these mains related topics.
Okay.
So that is the
That
main
there
thing that is bothering me yet till now. So that is the thing, sir.
That's why I've said na कि जो the Smash X Factor notes along with the Lakshmikant is suffice. You just need to read the Lakshmikant for the content, static content, and X Factor for the current affairs. And
Okay, sir.
after integrating both of them, you can come up with, you can like उसके बाद you can write the answers as well. Okay, you
सर
have
जो
integrated
X
both
फैक्ट
the static and current.
सर जो एक्स फैक्टर का नोट्स है ना सर, इसमें मतलब पूरा टॉपिक, मतलब जो मेंस का जो टॉपिक्स है ना, उसका हिसाब से
हम्म.
लाइक नोट्स प्रिपेयर हुआ कि नहीं, नहीं तो मतलब प्रीवियस ईयर टॉपिक्स के हिसाब से, क्वेश्चंस के हिसाब से लाइक नोट्स है.
Do one thing. You can do one thing. You can do one thing. Refer the X Factor and then come to the PYQ micro theme. Just go. You will see a alignment into notes and
ओके सर.
exact PYQ.
ओके
Okay.
ओके सर.
It's like it's enough thing. You read the Lakshmikant, then you come to the X Factor, and then you have to watch the PYQ. You'll find a sync between all these three things.
ओके ओके.
I hope I'm clear with this thing.
यस सर, यस सर.
यहाँ तक in case अभी तक किसी को कुछ समझ में नहीं आया तो they can ask.
Sir, everything is
Yes.
fine, but the thing is that the moment while we are writing question, like writing answers, we are unable to recall the things. Like it's like we know the answer, we know the topic. Like while we are discussing, it's everything is recurring in my mind. But while writing answer, sometimes I'm getting like brain fog and all. That is the thing happening.
What I did in my preparation time, like after reading the question, I take a pause of 30 seconds. I start generating points in my mind. So
Okay.
if you start doing this exercise, na, you won't stuck in the middle of your answer. है ना?
Okay.
क्या होता है ना कि लाइक लिखते हुए स्टक कि अब क्या लिखूं. So
हाँ.
what I found that to beneficial for me, that I usually wait for 30 seconds. I brainstorm on that question. I identify the demand of that question, and after that, I'll structure the question in my mind in 30 to 35 seconds, and then I'll start writing answer. So you
And
can follow this practice as well.
sir,
Yes.
and my another issue is that like
Mhm.
as we have my mini content, And the
Hmm.
thing is that we are getting stuck over there, like what content has, like what thing has to be written in the beginning of the answer and what has to be written in the middle thing. Like we feel like, okay,
Hmm.
I have to fill the answer with utmost content and all, so that
Hmm.
the
Hmm.
evaluator should be impressed and all like that.
Hmm.
So that is the
See,
thing
you
happening every
don't
time.
need to just be evaluator. You just need to write the right content at the right place. Okay. So what you need to understand that there are four things you need to learn before the answer. How to structure your answer. Number one,
Mm,
sentence formation, points
mm,
prioritization, and then the value
mm,
addition. So I would say, ki, chalo, let's start the answer writing, but we need to work on these four aspects first of all.
yes, sir.
ठीक है
That
ये
is
लूप
where
रह
I'm
जाता है ये गैप
going.
रह
Like
जाता है
that is my
हाँ
issue, sir. Like the thing is that,
हम्म
like
हम्म
I, like thing is that जो पॉइंट्स बीच में लिखना रहता है ना सर, मतलब
हम्म
दिमाग में आता है कि ये लिखूं वो लिखूं, सब लिखने के मन करता है, लेकिन
हम्म
वो तो लिमिटेड वर्ड्स ही लिखना है ना सर. लाइक आई हैव टू राइट
राइट
ओनली
राइट राइट
लिमिटेड वर्ड्स. So that is where I'm like unable to like jot down the points which has to be written and what and all.
दैट्स व्हाई आई आस्क्ड यू ना कि वेट फॉर 30 सेकंड decode that particular question, identify the demand of that question, uh, start processing points in your mind, then start writing the answer. Otherwise वो आप बीच में stuck कर जाओगे.
ठीक है सर, ठीक है सर.
ठीक है, I have told you the four basic tenets before start writing the answer. सबसे पहले sentence formation, points prioritization, demand identify करना, ये सब चीज you have to understand before start
Okay
writing
sir.
the answer. Anyone और कोई जिनके कोई doubts है they can ask. Sir, if question asks constitutional provisions that limits the power of a state, you mention CAG ECI. If constitutional provision that limit the power of state, you mention that CAG ECI still limits the power. But CAG is here itself the part of the state, so will it be right to mention that? See, the working or the work of the ECI and CAG, what they are doing. Suppose state अगर कुछ expenditure कर रहा है तो they cannot spend a lot and वो उनके लिए वो justify करना पड़ेगा ना कि if they are spending तो कहाँ कर रहे हैं. That's why CAG is there with who is putting an audit system on them. So yes, they are limiting the power. Now comes to the ECI. इलेक्शंस होते हैं इलेक्शंस में यू हैव हर्ड अबाउट द मैल प्रैक्टिसेस दैट हैपेंस इन द इलेक्शन तो वहां पे इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया का ये काम है टू स्टॉप दोज थिंग्स विद द हेल्प ऑफ आरपीए मॉडल कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट या जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल प्रोविजंस उनको डेलीगेट किए गए हैं सो यस दे आर आल्सो पुटिंग द गवर्नमेंट लिमिट लाइक उन पे वो एक वो करते हैं although they are part of the state but they are putting restrictions on the government. I hope I am clear with this, Nitik.
Okay sir.
I think if like okay, so I think we'll do this much as of now. Now we'll at the second class we'll do this particular theme. I think I'm done with this particular first theme. By with the help of these themes, I will cover the entire polity, governance, social
Okay.
justice, and the IR. So it will give it at the last of the question. You will understand how to structure your answer, how to interpretate the PYQs, and how to link the PYQs. तो ये वाले aspects पे I will work on with these respective classes. So I hope कि आप लोग join कर लेना and you will get the
Sure sir.
better
Sir,
insight of
shall
the
we
GS
in
paper
the
2.
next class shall we write any two answers, like taking
If
few
that will be the
dimensions
case, I will give
which they
you
can be
the
asked
question
in
in the
future and all.
yes. I will give you question in the middle of the class. You can write, then we can discuss that as well.
Okay
That
sir.
that is
Thank
also a
you.
good option. Thank you.
Okay, that is
Okay.
the thing, sir. That is the thing we want.
Right. Okay. So based on these themes, we'll continue in our next class and we'll
Sure, sir.
decode or decipher these themes as well. Okay.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. Thank you very
Okay.
much, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you.